Well, it is all over at Loftus Stadium. CAF Champions League quarter-final first leg between Mamelodi Sundowns and Esperance. Mamelodi Sundowns managed to get a win at home by winning against Esperance by 1-0. Ushasha was the difference between the two teams when he got an assist from Adam's hand and he managed to put it in the back of a net. In a beautiful pitch, by the way, today in Loftus Stadium. And I don't know how is it different from the last time when they were playing Orlando Pirates in the very same stadium. Why was the system so beautiful namhlanje? But this is my views, my expressions. Please do subscribe, share, we are here. Let me come out, Siboniso Sizo, wawamnika sisibonge nangambi ngedwa ngiphethe coach Mphela.
Uyadla iplamba mfowethu.
Hamba kahle.
Ngijabule mfowethu, hamba kanjani?
Good. Why was the stadium so beautiful today?
Because the ground men, we've been working behind the scenes to make sure that the turf is just good, especially after they played Ama Pools. They played over the weekend, and then they worked very hard so that the pitch is in a good condition, especially since it has been raining in Joburg.
Why the same wasn't done the last time we saw Mamelodi Sundowns facing Orlando Pirates?
I don't know.
Okay, let's leave that. Let's leave that for another day. Let's go to CAF Champions League. Mamelodi Sundowns managed to get a win, a clean sheet for Williams. You're happy. I can see even that baby dance.
Very happy.
Yeah.
Give Marcelo Allende his flowers, the man of the match. Sundowns, now again.
Yeah.
I told you that this coach, when he played the second game, I told you this coach is going to the final of the Champions League.
Oh, is it not too early to say that? It's just the first leg, and it's a 1-0 win in the first leg. Sundowns is still going to Tunisia.
Oh, yes, it's going to Tunisia. But we can say that things before they even happen. We saw this coach, there's something here on this coach because this coach is able to respond to what the game wants, to the demands of the game. So Marcelo Allende give him the flowers, the coach, for making sure that he grants the result at home, of which the other coach is something that he was failing to do. Drawing at home, which was what was uncalled for. So this one is at least is winning the home games. Then going away, you know that you have something. And on top of that, he didn't concede. So
which one is the other coaches?
No, there are only two coaches in Sundowns this year, right? There was and then there is Kotos.
Okay.
Yes. So which it means there is an improvement. There is much improvement, especially in the games for Champions League. So a very good game. Today I enjoyed the game. You know the football, the type of football I like. And today I enjoyed the game because we saw two coaches, two masterminds. The other one is punching smart. The other one, is trying to manage. The other one is responding. I enjoyed this game. There's nothing much on the game, but it's just a game of tactics.
Okay, we come to the game and the lineup in Mamelodi Sundowns, we see Matthews there. And then quickly when the game is playing, Matthews is no longer in the lineup and then Morena comes in. What's happened there?
Yeah, I think, I don't know. Maybe it's an injury or something, or it's mind games. It's mind games. Because I've seen, in Africa, there's always mind games. You go to AFCON, there's always mind games. Because I even saw lineup Esperance. Umkwana was playing on the team sheet. Umkwana was playing a right center half, a right center back, right center half. So it was mixed around. That guy, the Brazilian guy, the number 11, he was playing in the middle. And he is playing there on top because Esperance, they approach game with the 4-5-1.
Yeah.
When they attacking and then when they defending, they reverting to 5-4-1. Sometimes they were playing 6-3-1. So Esperance, they didn't want to win this game. Clearly, they came here to frustrate Sundowns. Now, where are the minds between the two coaches now? So, which was interesting for me. What did you see? Sundowns only approach game with the 3-5. That no, we're going all out attack, but as much as we're going to with the attack, we build up from the back, we go through the midfielder, but we go on the right hand side. We don't attack, we don't go on the left hand side. We don't attack on the left hand side. We always try to make a combination and overload this side of right hand side so that we can isolate the left hand side, so that we can able to take the balls to the blind spot. But they only managed first half. They only managed to do only one ball where you saw Adams and also Madiba trying to go for that ball that went over the line. But other than that, there was nothing. What does that tell you? It tells you that Madiba was ineffective. It tells you that even the way Esperance was so structurally disciplined at the back, they couldn't. Sundowns they couldn't combine because the distances of Araldo were less than they were around 10 meters from the defense to the from the first line and the second line, and they were only having their start attack of one individual, which is why they were not effective when they were going for a transition, because they go to that guy is alone, is a 2v1 or a 3v1, and then they can't combine in this one. The distance are too far apart, hence I don't think they had a shot on target. First half they only had that one break where Mkwana needed to use individual brilliance too much because the teammates were too late to come and add the numbers in attack. It's only that one individual brilliance, and then that shot was blocked. So I don't think there was a shot on target for Esperance.
None at all, not even on the second half.
So now when we went to halftime, now you know that the Sundowns coach will be thinking these guys will be happy that they are going with a draw in the first half. So now Sundowns, if they were not smart enough, they were going to go with an approach of saying, no, let's go all out second half. And then this coach here, he didn't want to go all out. He didn't make a substitutions immediately. He wanted to see how Sundowns is going to approach the second half. And then we saw, Sundowns, okay, first half, Sundowns was frustrated because the lines of Sundowns, yes, they were playing 3-2-5, but it is 5. Adams, no repair. They had to come behind the second line, because when they were in between the first line and the second line, they couldn't get the balls. The passing loans and the angles, they were all closed. So whenever they get the ball too far, of which was making, when they got the windows, they get the windows, they get to Shalulil. Shalulil is always isolated. Shalulil is always heavy facing a 2v1 or a 3v1. He has to do hold the play. When he's trying to do hold the play, there is no one that is coming. Yes, there is no one to play for, because Repero and Adams, they are on the second line, behind the second line. So they are not here. They were not there. So Sundowns was not effective. Yes, they were trying to do. So now, what were the Sundowns doing? You could see from my tactics experience that they wanted to go on the left, used Mkwana, and then Mkwana, I think he was positioned wrongly to be made a left wing forward instead of a right wing forward. We know Bafana is good when he's in the right wing forward. So I don't know why the coach he decided to place him on the left wing forward. So now you could see that my tactics, they say, because Mkwana has a speed, so must have him down there, you must have him run. So it means Mkwana must be worried also of defending rather than attacking. So that's why everything was neutralized on this. Most of the time the ball was played on the right channel, because Sundowns knew that they have a weakness in Umtiba, because Umtiba is not good defensively. So rather we must play safe, right? So as a result, Sundowns knew that they are not good defensively, especially on the left hand side where there was Motiba. So that's why they decided to overload the right hand side so that they can isolate, so that even when they lose the possession, it's always on the safer side rather than for the ball to go on the left hand side. Yeah. So that was it for the first half. And then the second half, then Sundowns is making our substitutions. Now they taking out Motiba. They also taking out Umren. Umrena was working very hard.
Yeah, why was he substituted?
He was working very hard but ineffective. You remember, he reminded me the game of Kaizer Chiefs and Sundowns, where Umasego was very busy with 1v1 with the who is this guy, this colored guy right back at Chiefs. Yes. Yes, Upawodi. It was working very hard, but result, Dololo. So even Uchapelomren, because why Uchapelomren was not effective? Uthabela Mrena, you could see Sundowns that they were not able to play their normal way because of the way the Esperance is structured. Because when they try to run in between the defenders and to try and find the space behind the defense, it's either these guys that are busy carrying the ball here, Marcelo and Umkwena, and also the back three, they cannot time the run. When the Umrena is making the run, Usures cannot take the ball towards. He cannot see him. But there was something wrong. Always because they were the midfielders, because during the first half they were pressing with four. Because they were pressing with four, there was one, and then immediately there were three that they were pressing. So it was difficult for them to see that our players are making the runs behind the defense, and also when they got those balls, the Esperance was always there to just shield and just manage. You could see that the approach is to manage, and also the Esperance was just delaying the game. Whenever they got the time, they delayed the game. First half, whatever they feel that like they have been touched, now they delayed the game. Then second half, he sometimes is going all out, because now they have who sales. Now Umrena has been substituted. Now what's happening? Sometimes, because the biggest problem is intensity in the first half, it was so low. So low.
But it's always the case. It's always something that I'm questioning with Sundowns, where they really need a goal, but they're just too casual, and they're not showing any venomous. They're just rotating the ball, and they're casual. And I don't want to single out players, but you will even see Motau going there, and then I figure shape brush, and then Abuyele move. Like, what is happening here?
Yeah. Intensity was too low. So obviously they went to the dressing room. Then the coach told them, "Hey man, you need to win this game."
Yeah.
So now on the other side, Esperance is happy on that they frustrated us. They wanted to frustrate more. But with that being said, Esperance came first 5-10 minutes of the second half. Esperance wanted a goal. They got 2, 3, 4 corner kicks. Maybe 3 consecutive, because they wanted the goal. You could see that once they got the goal, you know that the game will be over, because they were going to shut down. Then after that, they could see that they couldn't get the goal in the first 10 minutes. After that, they played the 6-3-1 straight. They always stayed at the back. And then now, Sundowns, they changed their approach. Now there's a sense of agency when they're carrying the ball. They're still going with the same 3-2-5, but now the mobility between the players. Now I see the dodge. They were doing the dodge because the back line, they were going with the number 10s all the way through. So, and then now the midfielder, because Marcelo Allen, I'm saying he's the man of the match, because whenever Usaid is dropping,
We were told he's lazy.
Hey, those people, they don't know football. They don't know football. They said, hey, how come we have an attacking midfielder, but it's not assisting, it's not scoring goals, it's not doing, why is to, hey, but that guy is very important, because you always find him everywhere. He makes the team to play.
But let's go here. Let's go to Ribeiro, because of time. The Ribeiro made that long cross to Adams. Adams is an assist to Shalulile and did justice to that ball. And then Mamelodi Sundowns get a goal. Now, what is the strategy now? What is happening now?
Yeah. So what happened? As I said, I was going to that point that there was mobility now on this. So Adams mobility or Ribeiro, the mobility. Ribeiro was coming even to next to the halfway line. So because Ribeiro, he was frustrated because they couldn't get the ball because they were behind. Whenever they get the ball, they have to be in front of DMs of the opponent. Yeah. So now there was space behind the defense now. For the first time, there was a space because they were coming deep. Now there was agency also. Now, whenever they come deep, now they made the well-timed run from Adams. He always timed those runs very well. The 3 consecutive games he's been doing one and the same thing. I remember even scored the second game of Sundowns, he scored using that the very same tactic. So now you could see that that's not luck. That's him. That's him. That's his identity. Then they got that. Now the quality also. Quality is very important in Champions League, because fine margins, one chance, because I think that's the only shot on target for in second half That was a goal. And then there was nothing because Esperance will frustrate you and give you shots off target because even first half, the only shot on target, it was the one for Umko and it was a set piece and then the other one, that was cheap. Other than that, Esperance won't give you the chance to, yes. So that's why those games are very tactical. Yeah. But even Sundowns, they didn't have... Esperance didn't threat Sundowns that much, unless besides the corner kicks, because now I was frustrated by Ukrankekana making silly fouls way outside the box. Who can't make silly fouls outside the box? Because those people give them set pieces. Hey, those guys, they will kill you. Because you could see that even on their bench, you could see that they were counting on it. They were counting on it because they knew that if they got an away goal, they can go there, they sleep, they frustrate you, they play 35 minutes out of 45 minutes, and then they go. So that was the game. And then other than that, there was nothing on this game. There was nothing. Because there was only Sundowns, and then Ilo was trying to manage. But you could see that after 70 minutes, Esperance, they wanted the goal because now they put the strikers. Now they've been taking out my midfielders. Now they see that they wanted to steal the game. Then what did Sundowns do? They responded. Sundowns, they put two uppers. Now Sundowns changed from 4-3-3. Now they split 4-2-3-1. So now they made sure that there's nothing that needs to come in the middle. And then you could see that even the players, everybody is happy that they've got the results. Yeah. So that was
well. Let's close, but before we close, Sundowns now is going to go to Tunisia, where the stadium will be fully packed. Yeah. And the advantage of the Sundowns now is that they can do what they usually do when they come here, and but what I know about these teams in the Upper North is that when they are playing at home, they will come at you, Baba.
Baba, they will come at you. I mean, I already know even the lineup. I can tell you the lineup today. The lineup on that day, the front three, it will be Ushalulile, it will be Tapelomreda, it will be Matthews. On that day, or it will be Masego instead of Matthews. On that day, the front three of Sundowns will be those speedy guys. Because that game, if Sundowns happens to win that game, they will be scoring only transition. Yeah. Because it's going to be difficult. Another thing, intimidation. Yes. Those guys, they will provoke you, they will buy the referee, they will do anything. They will provoke the guys of Sundowns so that they can get the cards. Because you could see even before the end of this match that now they are provoking them. So especially these South American guys, all of them. I don't know why. Man, I even saw Marcelo Allende, no Ribeiro. Now they have to no Suarez and not. Why? The only guy that was chilled it was Sales. All these other guys now, because they speaking with one language with all these guys. So I don't know. It means they were saying the words that are not right. So if Santos can be strong mentally, they will win.
Well, let's say the right words and be very critical about it. It is a game that was played during the day, so that's why this morning about tie. It's office hours. But the right words are Sundowns has a tip into the semifinals. Not even the whole leg. They have a tip. It's a 1-0. They have a tip into the semifinal, and if they can play their cards right, we can see something solid and beautiful. And thank you so much for watching. This is my views and my expressions. Mawuti, sorry? One thing.
One thing. Mena, I'm telling you now today, I don't care. I wish Sundowns has won. I wish Pirate to win at night. So that the finally Champions League can come to South Africa. Okay. If once the final is in South Africa, I don't care who wins it. Even if it's Pirate, as long as that cup stays here in the Southern Hemisphere, South Africa, I don't care. Sharp.
Okay. I'm a Sundawan, I think they care. I'm a Pagapaga, I think they also care. But Tina, we also care about your subscription and the comments and sharing to everybody who is watching or who you want to watch the show. From me now, we are out of here.